Hello, and welcome back to Daily English Podcast, where we read a short, simple story in English and then break it down together so you can learn vocabulary, grammar, and real-life expressions. Today's story is all about a quiet morning and a warm breakfast. Let's get started by listening to the full story once. Then we'll go through it line by line.
I walk into my kitchen, ready for breakfast. First, I fill the kettle with water at the tap. I turn it on, excited for a warm drink to start my day. While the water boils, I grab a small pot. I pour a cup of water into it and place it on the stove. I turn the burner to medium heat. Next, I open the cabinet and measure half a cup of rolled oats. I gently add them to the pot and stir with a wooden spoon. As the oatmeal cooks, I grab my favorite mug. I put a tea bag inside just as the kettle starts to whistle. I carefully pour the hot water into the mug and let it steep. Now, back to my oatmeal. It's thick and creamy. I pour it into a bowl, then sprinkle sweet brown sugar and juicy raisins on top. Finally, I pour a little cold milk over it. Perfect! Carry my bowl and mug to the kitchen table. The warm oatmeal tastes comforting, and the hot tea helps me wake up fully. I eat slowly, enjoying the quiet morning. After breakfast, I wash my bowl, spoon, pot, and mug in the sink with soapy water. I rinse everything well and place them on the drying rack. The kitchen looks tidy again. Before I leave, I grab a crunchy apple from the fruit basket. I pour my tea into a travel jar. Now I have a warm drink for my trip to work or school. Yes! Time to begin the day!
Great job listening! Now let's break it down step by step. I'll explain important words and grammar, and I'll also give you tips to help you sound more natural when you speak English. Let's begin. Let's begin right from the top. So the first line was, I walk into my kitchen ready for breakfast. That phrase, walk into, is a simple but useful one. It just means to enter a room or place by walking. And the expression ready for means you're prepared to do something. So here, the speaker is prepared to eat breakfast. Next up, I fill the kettle with water at the tap. Here, fill means to put water in the kettle until it's full. The kettle is a container you use to boil water. And tap, that's the British word for faucet, which is more common in American English. So altogether, they're saying, I put water into the kettle from the sink. Then we have, I turn it on, excited for a warm drink. The phrase turn it on means to start the kettle. It's a phrasal verb, and you'll hear it a lot with things like lights, appliances, or machines. Also, excited for is a nice way to say you're looking forward to something. In this case, a warm drink. Now, while the water is heating up, we hear, while the water boils, I grab a small pot. Notice that word while. It shows that two things are happening at the same time. And grab just means to take something quickly or casually. It's informal and very common. Then we hear, I measure half a cup of rolled oats. To measure something means to find the amount using a tool, like a measuring cup. And rolled oats are the flat, dry oats you use to make oatmeal. So the speaker is starting breakfast. The next part is, I stir with a wooden spoon. Here, stir means to mix something by moving it in circles. You do this a lot when cooking. Now this next moment is nice and cozy. I put a tea bag inside just as the kettle starts to whistle. That phrase, just as, means something happens at the exact same time. And when a kettle whistles, it means the water is boiling. It makes a high-pitched sound. Then we hear, I let it steep. To steep tea means to leave the tea bag in hot water so the flavor can come out. It's a good word to know if you're a tea drinker. Next, I pour it into a bowl, sprinkle sugar and raisins, and add a little cold milk. So here, sprinkle means to lightly drop small pieces over something, like sugar or toppings. And raisins that are juicy just means they're soft and full of flavor. A little later we hear, the warm oatmeal tastes comforting. The word comforting means it makes you feel good, safe, warm, or relaxed. Perfect for a quiet morning. After eating, the speaker says, I wash my bowl and place them on the drying rack. The drying rack is where clean dishes go to dry after you wash them. Then, before heading out, I grab a crunchy apple and pour my tea into a travel jar. Crunchy means it makes a crisp sound when you bite it. Think of apples, toast, or chips. And a travel jar or travel mug is a cup with a lid that you can take with you on the go. And finally, we end with time to begin the day, a nice positive way to start moving forward. And there you have it, a short and simple story, but packed with useful language. Now that you've heard the key phrases, try retelling the story, or even describe your own morning routine using some of the expressions we talked about. Thanks for joining me on Daily English Podcast. Keep practicing, keep listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.